Hi everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and record this like everyone's on here just because I have kids that are still awake, and I wanted to teach this lesson regardless because it focuses on authentic selling. Something that my business coach is having me work through right now is really understanding the point of authentic selling. Hey girl. So authentic selling is basically understanding your why behind why you sell. You're talking about the value that you add. You're talking about what you bring to the table that's different from the other people. You're talking about how you approach people, how you're connecting, those kind of things. And one of the things that I tend to forget when I talk about selling is that it's not just selling. It is understanding your value. This is such an important part in being a leader. This is an important part in bringing on new people, because when you understand your value, you're confident in what you have to offer people. And this is a huge piece. So many people never make it past the initial invite because someone may say, well, I'm just really not interested right now. And they never follow up with them because they don't understand the value that they have to offer someone. They have never had to put it out on paper. And that's one of the things that I've really had to do over the last probably couple of months, is really understand what value do I bring that separates me from other people? How am I bringing that to the marketplace? How am I advertising myself? And one of the most important things is making sure that you are advertising yourself, that you are advertising the things that you're good at, that you are advertising, what it is that makes you special. Because let's be honest, there's probably 500,000 people in Isagenix. How many people are actually actively pursuing a career with this? Not 500,000. And there may be some people, like I see all the time, Beachbody coaches, and there's nothing wrong with it, but you know a Beachbody coach when you see their post. They all look the same. There is no differentiating between them. And the ones that you don't know who they are and they turn out to be a Beachbody coach is like, oh my gosh, I would have had no idea, because they do something totally different. So this idea of selling and doing it authentically is a learned skill set of selling and connecting. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, we are here to make money, and part of earning that money is offering a sale, is connecting with people, is being confident to offer that sale. It's focusing on your money-making tasks first and getting realistic about how much time you actually spend at these types of tasks. So this is something that I do. That's why I do the work in 4 blocks, because if I'm sticking to that task for 30 minutes and I'm getting it complete, my business is actually moving forward. If I'm just trying to like ad-lib it as I'm sitting down, instead of actually having a plan for what I'm doing, I'm playing on Facebook. I'll be really honest. Like, I'm not actually doing the tasks that are going to make me money. If we don't have a sales process and a strategy, we don't have a consistent plan for generating income, and our business becomes a hobby. And I was very stuck in this place last year where I spent a lot of money, I invested a lot of money, but I didn't make as much money as I spent. And that's not always a bad thing, but if you're not taking the things that you're learning and turning it into revenue, it's not becoming the legacy building successful business that we want and that we want to attract people into. And that's a big problem. So you have to get honest with yourself, and you have to ask yourself some serious questions. The way that you think of selling isn't just about making more money, because I know that entrepreneurs seem to have this holdup about asking people for the sale. And that's part of any small business. When I had my shirt shop, I wanted to market it for lower costs, even though I wasn't making money, because I wanted people to understand that I was passionate about the work I do and I wasn't there to make millions. But that's changed as we've had another kid, and as I'm like, I really do spend a lot of time in this and I enjoy what I do. I want to get paid for the time that I'm spending. And you should. You shouldn't feel like you need to give your time away for free all of the time. Yes, there is a time and a place for that, but it doesn't have to be all of the time. So knowing that the more income that you make, the more income that you bring in equals the more generous you can be. That's a huge thing. And that for me is probably the most important thing, is knowing that the more income that I bring in, I get to be more generous. I get to spend without having to have, well, not all the time, but I get to spend without having to look at my bank account every single day just to make sure that I can afford it. I can give generously and not worry about it because there's plenty in there. And that's what matters most to me. So, oh, hold on. Doing something different. So if y'all agree with that, give me a shout out, because I know that this is one of the things that I've struggled with most. So I want you to get a pen and paper out or take notes on your phone if you have your phone with you. And I want you to ask yourself these questions. If you're ready, I'm going to send out the questions. But what is the value of the marketing you do and the content provide? I mean, you can put that in time, you can put it in money, you can put it in resources that you're providing, but what is the value of the marketing you do and the content you provide? What is the value of the results your potential clients think that they need most now? What is the value of the results your potential clients think that they need most now? And I'll copy these and put them in the comment section real quick. And I can send you guys this handout. Okay, and the next question is, what is the value of the process you take them through to get those results? So we all know that this is a process. Let's see. I really need a mouse. Trying to do this one finger click business is not my spiritual gifting. Okay, and then we have one more. Thanks for getting on. I hope this isn't cutting into your Clemson LSU game watching. I know I didn't realize it was the national championship game. Tells you how much I pay attention to football. Okay, the last question is the value of additional results you're most excited about delivering to your clients. So this is that special extra something that you offer to people. So like in our 2B challenge group, it's the extra step of productivity. We're working on productivity. And in my personal life, it is mentorship and network marketing. It's mentorship on budgeting. It's mentorship on creating a routine that works. Clearly, I'm not at that place right now in my life because it's chaos, but those are just a couple of the things that I help people with. Okay, so when you can see these as separate but connected pieces in your business, everything will begin to shift in your sales process. You'll feel more connected to your marketing, your potential clients, and the value that you're offering them. And you won't feel like you're trying to shove all of this into a tiny box. And you won't have to have a different tiny box for each to be able to recognize that you bring value on several levels. You'll be able to communicate differently and at different times. So as you go through these questions and you really ask yourself, what value am I bringing? How do I serve people better? You will learn who you're connecting with and why. You'll have that confidence to post about the things that you offer them. Like Saturday, let me see if I can find it. I did a post and I felt, I'll be honest, it was something that I know I need to work on because I didn't feel great when I posted it. I almost took it down. And I've had a lot of those lately. And that's how I know that I'm in a growth stage because I feel that way when I'm posting again. And it hasn't been that way in a long time. Okay. So this is one of the tools that I was taught. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So this is one of the tools that I've been taught by my business coach. It's really laying it out there, like what you offer to people, how it's different, how you're excelling at the things that you're doing. And then you do a little PS, however many spots left to join me, exclusive coaching opportunity, exclusive mentorship opportunity, whatever it is that you're offering people. So I said, what does sharing your life create for others? Camaraderie, understanding, the feeling of being seen. So that someone somewhere, I phrased that wrong, has been where you are and has managed to find their way out. Hope. I used to think that when Facebook would ask me what it thought, it was short-sighted question into what my thoughts as of that moment were. But now I see this incredible space on the internet to inspire, empower, and come alongside other women that have a passion that is glowing so bright it scares them. Heck, I've deleted this post 4 times in the last hour. That's probably closer to 10, because it makes me feel weird to say that I help women with these things. I'm a hope dealer of the greatest kind. Again, feels weird saying that. I'm a cheerleader. I'm a mindset shifter. I'm a fighter for the health of your body, mind, and spirit, and I'm not alone. There are many people like me, but there are none that work the way that I do. I challenge you to look at what you want to become, what you want to attract more of in your life, and start putting your best foot forward. So this was hard for me to post because it kind of sounds like I'm a little bit conceited or a little bit vain, but at the same time, like I am listing out what I feel like I serve people with most. And for a lot of people that want a product experience, they're not coming on just for the product. They want the product experience because they want the opportunity to work with you. And that's something that we have to understand. We are inspiring to people. People look up to us in some form or fashion for something that we're doing, something that we're talking about. And if they know us, not just on the internet, but in real life, living those things out in person. That's the one thing that people notice most, is if you were the same person online as you are in person. And that's something that we really want to find that meshes up. So if you are, if you're all product minded, you are likely to talk about the products 24/7. If you are more business minded, you're likely to find ways in conversations that naturally occur to just say, I understand, I was there too. Like, I get it. That's why I decided to do network marketing. That's why I paired with Isagenix, because I feel like in this day and age, if we don't have a side hustle, we're going to be working the rest of our lives. And I want the true freedom to create the kind of income that I couldn't find in a corporate job. I wanted the freedom, say you're shifting the opposite way and you're going to the product side. I wanted the freedom to not be restricted inside meal containers or inside meal prep every Sunday. And then again on Wednesday or Thursday. I wanted the freedom to not macro count all of my food, you know, like whatever it is, the why behind what you're doing and why you choose to add value in those areas. That's so important. That is so important. And it really helps you to create better content that flows and that's seamless and that all connects when you understand these things. Because you can look at, like Mary told us, last week in the team page, she laid out a very simple way of batch working your content, which I encourage you to go back and watch if you have not watched it yet. Okay. So you batch work your content, and when you know what you're talking about in each different way, you can add value, because the things that you're going to talk about are the things that you're passionate about, not just Isagenix, not just business, but there's other things like coffee, raising your kids, maybe it's CrossFit, maybe it's living a toxic-free life or a toxin-free life in all areas. Maybe you're talking about some of the different skincare products and the oils and whatever else you use. That's a hot topic. People want to know, how do you integrate these things? How long does it take? So you're adding value in those ways too. Okay. So this will bring you confidence the more that you practice it, the more that you are consistent. And this is something that I look at. I have a binder somewhere. So I have a binder and I printed out these questions. My coach gave them to me and I printed out these questions and I look at them when I sit down to work. If I feel like I'm kind of off, or I feel like I'm not, like my content is just weird, or I just don't feel like, you know, posting. Today has been that day because it's been crazy all day long and I just haven't really felt like posting. I've been consistent in my groups, but that's about it. Like, I haven't posted on Instagram yet. And I know that hurts me more than serves me. But it's just like, sometimes you get in your own head. Well, when you go back to the place where you are sold on your value and yourself as well, you will have an aha moment and you will never struggle with that, because you're like, you know what, wait a second. And it helps too that I've been listening to Girl Stop Apologizing these last couple of days, just really trying to get my mind back into the game of, you know, plugging in consistently, building this business for me, not feeling bad when it's inconvenient to other people, because that's something that's too. So the last two questions I'm going to ask you is, what is the result that I'm most proud of delivering to my clients? Like, what is the thing that you are most proud of? And for me, that's that I get to layer my faith into that, and I get to share that authentically. I don't push it on anybody because I understand everybody has different beliefs, but that's something that I get to share because it's my belief. And for a lot of people, that serves them well. I've had a lot of really great feedback about that. It's also the other things that I add in, the personal coaching, the personal development. I give you guys access to my Audible library. You get access to my Beachbody On Demand library. You have access to all of these different tools that have really helped me become who I am and who are continuing to make me into the person I want to become. So what is the result that my ideal client thinks that they need most right now? This is a question that you really have to come back to, because in the world of network marketing, we are problem solvers. We are here to solve a problem. And for a lot of people, you have to ask yourself, like, what problems can I solve? Well, nutritionally, you can solve a lack of energy, brain fog, inflammation, the need to lose weight. You can performance, healthy aging, better sleep, you know. That's just on a nutritional, and you could go further than that if you wanted to nutritionally. In the business sense, you're providing people with the opportunity to make life-changing income. You are giving them the opportunity to out-earn the people that enroll them, to become 6- and 7-figure earners in a very short amount of time with focused work, and to bless other people with these products. And there are so many people that are looking for the right opportunity to say yes to, because everyone understands that we are moving into the gig economy. There are going to be fewer and fewer storefronts open. Everything's going online because people like the convenience of Amazon Prime and having their groceries delivered to their house, and Grubhub and Uber and those kind of things. People like convenience. They don't want to be inconvenient anymore by having to go to the grocery store and have conversations with people. They want it quick, easy, delivered to their door. And then you meet those unicorns like me who enjoy having conversations with people and getting to know their deepest desires, what they want to do with their future, what they would do if they had $100,000 put in their bank account right now, what they would do if time and money were no object, if they didn't have to worry about that, if they had no debt, if they got to choose whatever they wanted to do for the rest of their life. Those are the questions I want to know, because I want to know, is this right for you? Is this something that I could help them with? Is this something that we could dive a little bit deeper on? And I'll be really honest, this last year, people would tell me these things, and I'm going to show you a simple system through Google Form. I might have already done that, but I have a Google Form where I ask these questions. It's not super long, but I ask very pointed questions about how I can serve them better based on the answers that they give me. What are your goals? What are the kind of things that have held you back in the past? When you were at your healthiest, how did you feel? What were you doing? What were you eating? Whenever you were, whatever, and then that's the questions that I just asked. And I get those answers and I look at them. And then we schedule a phone call. And when I get on the phone, I might say, hey, Mandy, thank you so much for taking time to fill out that form. It really does save us a lot of time, and it can help me help you and see if this is the right fit for you. If it's not the right fit for you, it's no big deal. I might have a recommendation that I can make, and I say that all the time. But if it's something like, I want to lose 25 pounds because I have a wedding coming up in June, and I want to feel my best and I want to look my best, and I ask a lot of why questions. And so I'll ask, like, why do you want to feel that way? Well, because I want to feel confident on my honeymoon. I don't want to have to worry about, am I consuming too many calories when I'm on the beach with my new husband? Like, you get to the deeper pain points. Then when someone throws up a price objection at the end, you say, but how much is feeling your absolute best on your wedding day, on your honeymoon, not having to worry about, whether or not you've overeaten or overdrank, and just being able to enjoy life? What would it mean to you to not have to be stuck in that diet mentality? And for a lot of people, that's a huge deal. What would it mean to you to not have to worry about a couple extra bucks here and there to pay for these products? Because a lot of people would rather eat them for free. I'd rather eat them for free. It's why we place such big orders every month, because it's covered by what I make, by how many people I serve. And it's always a priority to me, because if I'm using that many products, I should be sharing just as much as I'm using. But you ask those questions, and when they say no, you go back to that and you say, like you rephrase it and touch that pain point, because a lot of people don't get to that point in conversations. A lot of people don't ever make it, and you still may not make a sale, but you're going to be in their mind. When they think about doing something, you're going to be in their mind. When you're consistently posting on social media and you're continually adding value, you're going to be in their mind. When you're following up with them and just asking them how they're doing and how their day is, and you genuinely care about them, you're going to be on their mind. So when they're ready, you're going to be the first person that comes to their mind, and they're going to shoot you a message and say, hey, I'm ready. Let's do this. And you're like, all right, awesome. You still want to do this? You still want to? And you're like, and they're like, yeah, let's do this. Okay. Which package? When you understand the value, you're not selling. You are offering solutions. You are dealing hope, especially if it's been a transformation in your life like mine has been. I think that I go so hard with these products because of how transformative it has been for me. Financially, yes, but nutritionally, out of this world. Because I'm someone that's always had to watch what I eat, always had to look at labels, had to put a lot of things back because they have soy in them. I've continually dealt with adrenal fatigue even when I was at my healthiest, and have always struggled with something. This is the first time in my life that the only reason I'm tired is because my newborn gets up 3 times a night. Like, this is the first time in my life that I'm not controlled by my food. I'm not controlled by my exercise. I can eat intuitively and I can exercise, and it's for the benefit of my body. It is because it blesses my body, not because I'm trying to punish myself or I'll eat a candy-sized Snickers, or whatever, you know what I mean? But I just want you to think about that. I really want you to think about these questions, and I want you to think about what it is that you feel like you have to offer people. And if you don't know, let's get on a phone call. Let's chat. Because I bet I can point it out. There's a reason I reached out to you, and it's not just because I wanted to make a sale. Yeah, it's part of my job, but the reason that I pursue you guys so hard is because I see something in you you don't see in yourself. And it's the same thing with my coach. I pay her $1,000 a month to tell me what she sees in me, and that has brought me so far since I started working with her in October. I am a totally different person. I see things totally differently because she has taught me my value and my worth is not based on my output, but it's based on what's inside. It's based on what I care about most and how that overflows to other people. And so, are there any questions before we get off here? I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and I will post it in the team page tonight. Because I will be up for just a little bit working tonight because I haven't gotten much done today. So do you have any questions? Anything you need? Okay, awesome. Well, I am going to shut this out. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday evening, and I'm excited for this week. I hope you've got your goals written down. And you're practicing your productivity. And if you have questions, please, please, please shoot me a message. I would love to answer them. But have a good evening.